Coming up on The Link, Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, GovCaseyCagle, and others talking about the new German apprenticeship program in Coweta schools.
Welcome to The Link. I'm Mark Whitlock.
And I'm Gina Lee, sitting in for Lana Mobley.
Gina, welcome back.
Thank you. It's been fun.
It has been fun.
It's been a great time. And speaking of great, you have some great interviews today.
Well, we've got some guests that we had here.
Yes,
on the
very
set of
impressive. The Lieutenant Governor and among other guests.
Yeah, Georgia's Lieutenant Governor GovCaseyCagle was here this week to launch the Georgia Consortium for Advanced Technical Training. That group works out of a partnership, a memorandum of understanding between the Office of the Lieutenant Governor and the German American Chamber of Commerce of the Southern United States.
That's a lot of words.
That's a lot of words. That's a lot of words. We are starting, Gina, the first German apprenticeship system for high school students in the United States, according to the German Chamber.
Which is very, very impressive. And it sounds like it's going to be a great program, and these young people, when they graduate from the program, graduate from high school, they're going to be walking away with some other credentials as well.
You're exactly right. They're going to be walking away, obviously, with a high school diploma, with technical college credentials up to an associate degree, and potentially with German certification in industrial mechanics, and that is known around the world in industry.
That's wonderful. Is that sort of like a different option for, you know, like how students can do the dual enrollment and come out with college credit? So this is kind of the same thing, but on the technical side, would you say?
You're exactly right.
Okay.
It uses new Senate Bill 2, which allows a high school student, rather than having a little college while they're in high school, to have most of their high school program be made up of college.
That is wonderful, and it's an incredible financial benefit to the student as well.
You bet. No debt. They'll be paid about $26,000 by manufacturers during the 3 years that they're in the program. They'll have a job at the end of their high school career. They'll be 18 years old. They should be making about what the average starting teacher in the state of Georgia makes. He's been to 4 years of university and has racked up debt.
That is incredible.
Yeah,
that's really getting them set on a good path.
It is.
With a good foundation under them. Well, that's awesome. Well, we're looking forward to your interviews.
We've got 2 segments with the Lieutenant Governor. They include also Stephanie Julichka, the Vice President of the German American Chamber.
Okay.
Martin Plyer, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Grenzebach Corporation, and David Keller, who's the President of EGO North America, as well as Lieutenant Governor Cagle.
All right, well, I suppose we should get started with our show.
I think we ought to get started.
All right, well, y'all stick around. We'll be right back.
Your heart just starts pumping, sweat starts pouring. I feel like I'm gonna faint.
Welcome, everyone, to Food Network Star.
Who will rise?
It's every man for himself.
I truly think you are a star.
Who will flame out?
It did not go well.
It was a train wreck.
Who will be the next Food Network star?
I am here to make history.
Bring it.
All new, Sunday night at 9. Food Network Star. Dig in.
Welcome back to The Link. We are delighted to welcome a number of friends to the set of The Link. We're talking about the Coweta German Apprenticeship Program, and it is an honor to welcome Georgia's Lieutenant Governor GovCaseyCagle to the set of The Link. Governor, thanks for being here.
I'm honored to be with you. Thank you so much, Mark.
Stephanie Julichka is here, Vice President for the German American Chamber of Commerce of the Southern United States.
Thank you
Stephanie,
for having
welcome.
me. Thank you.
Martin Plyer is here, the Chair of the Board of Central Educational Center and the Chief Operating Officer of Grenzebach Corporation. Martin, welcome.
Thank you, Mark.
David Keller is here. David, the president of EGO North America. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Friends, we are here for a very special event that's going to occur later this afternoon, but we wanted you to talk about the Coweta German Apprenticeship Program. Governor, we could not start this without talking about your College and Career Academy initiative and its importance to the launch of a program like German American Apprenticeship.
Well, thank you, Mark. It's great to be with you today, and you're exactly right. I mean, we've got a lot to be thankful for, particularly with CEC being one of the early ones to get started on the College and Career Academy, and we've been able to really launch this initiative and do remarkable things, not only for the state, but also for the students, and more importantly, for the economic business that's going on as well. And we've got a goal by 2020 to have every student in Georgia access to a college and career academy. Today, we have 37 with 39 scheduled to come online next year. And we're continuing to grow and see great progress. But the thing that excites me the most of all of this is where we're seeing all the stakeholders come together, where education, along with the business community, and really what the community's needs are, and strategically aligning all of those interests to ensure that business has the kind of workers that they need, but also where students find meaning and purpose in what they're doing and find a career that ultimately can not only take care of themselves, but generations to come.
Governor, it is strategic for you, and could you remind our viewers who at least are connected to create a college and career academy in Georgia?
Well, obviously, I mean, I do think that it is important in anything you do to have the right governance, and I don't believe that an educational system is best designed when you have a top-down style of management. I think a bottom-up, and so you need the stakeholders to be able to come together, business community, along with the parents, and the K through 12 educational system, as well as your post-secondary partners, all at the table that are making strategic decisions that are going to have an impact on shaping the future of your community. And I believe very strongly, no different than what happened with Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson Airport, they had a vision and they put a plan in place, and today it has been a huge economic engine for our state, but naturally it has attracted the kind of corporations that we want, and it has given us the ability to showcase what Georgia has to the world. And I believe a college and career academy fundamentally is an economic engine for your community. It has the ability to partner with industry, attract industry, and we've seen it time and time again. And when you see companies that come to the table and say, we need this workforce, and we're willing to put our own dollars at the table to ensure your success. And other companies saying, we're going to volunteer our instructors to be part of this college and career academy to help as well. This is where you break down these silos. There's no more walls. It's all about the kids. It's all about jobs. It's all about making sure that prosperity is in the reach of so many of our students.
Yeah. Stephanie, the German American Chamber is here for a specific reason. We welcome you. Why are you here?
Why am I here? The German American Chamber is the official representative of industry and trade here in the United States. With our location in Atlanta, we serve 11 southeastern states, so all the way from North Carolina to Texas. We're involved in this topic because in Germany, the local chambers of commerce are the official body by law to organize these training programs, and I think 1.5 million trainees per year cannot be wrong. I'm so honored to be part of this program. We just brought the recipe and the ingredients, and you and these gentlemen are going to have to cook the meal now.
You've had a recipe that's worked for 100 years. Yes. It's produced the lowest young adult, age 15 to 24, unemployment rate in the industrial world. Yes. About half of our U.S. rate for that population. Yes. So we are delighted to to copy the best of the best.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, Martin Plyer, David Keller, we're going to wrap up this segment. We're going to get back to you guys in the next segment, but talk about why industrial mechanics is important as a starting place for this German apprenticeship program.
Well, we picked industrial mechanic because it fits both of our needs. It's a very versatile position that you can use in different jobs around your shop or your floor, from the mechanical part through some pneumatics and some electrical part, some welding. It has a bit of everything, but still covers the needs of our industries. And obviously we found another, between us, 8 industry partners that have the same issue.
Yeah. David, you're familiar with these programs.
Yes, I mean, as a president of a German company, we obviously have this type of training program back at our headquarters in Germany. So it's very knowledge-based for us. We see this in work every single day back at our own operation. So to have the opportunity to bring this here is really a very big stepping stone forward to being able to find the skill sets that we need that are really lacking today. You know, it's not any fault of any of the youth that we have today, but there's simply not programs in place for them to learn the skill sets that industry needs today. This will change that.
David, that's a great way to end this first segment with Lieutenant Governor CaseCagle, Stephanie Julichka of the German-American Chamber, Martin Plyer of Grenzebach, and David Keller of EGO North America. You stay tuned. The Link will be right back.
Everything you love about baseball is on FS1.
Oh, that ball is absolutely crushed.
The best teams, the brightest stars.
Incredible!
Every show-stopping,
The diving catch.
jaw-dropping,
That ball was torched.
unbelievable moments. Every Saturday, baseball is on FS1. Baseball Saturdays on FS1, all season long.
Welcome back to The Link. We are delighted to be back for a second segment with Lieutenant Governor CaseCagle, Stephanie Julichka of the German-American Chamber of Commerce of the Southern United States, Martin Plyer of Grenzebach and the CEC Board of Directors, and David Keller, EGO North America. Friends, welcome back for this segment. We started in our first segment talking about this very special event that's coming up where we're going to formalize an arrangement so that we can have a structure in which we can do German apprenticeship right here in Coweta County and with the Lieutenant Governor's leadership across the state of Georgia. Governor, it was critical. It's critical to get a program like this going by changing public policy. You had the vision to introduce Senate Bill 2. Can you talk about that with us?
Well, exactly. I won't get into all the the nuts and that made the soup, but I will tell you this. You know, public policy obviously can drive positive impacts, and we were able to really embark upon a change in Georgia's laws to allow efforts like this to come together in a very seamless way. And all of that came about because really my visit to Germany, and I've been to the UK a number of times, but I was speaking at a conference last year regarding, or to an automobile supplier conference, and when I talked to the CEOs, they constantly said, you got to put more focus on the workforce. And I was familiar with the apprenticeship program, but I came away from there more convinced that we needed it here in the state. And so we embarked upon this journey, and obviously with all the partners that are here and others, we were successful in bringing them together to do it. Now what's remarkable is that it's not only that a student's going to get a high school diploma, they're going to get an associate's degree as well from our technical college, and they're going to get a German apprenticeship certification as well. And the ability to earn a wage and earn skills at the same time is pretty remarkable. And when they finish, they're going to be able to more than likely enter into the workforce with a minimum of a $40,000 a year salary. That's pretty remarkable, and it demonstrates a tremendous added value to the individual and to business as well.
Governor, I've got a follow-up, because what you're talking about is your vision for a new view of education. What's education for you?
Well, I mean, you're exactly right. I think that, you know, we ultimately want to impart knowledge to our students, and we want them to be well-rounded. We want them to understand soft skills, but we also want them to be employed at the end of the day. And what we have found is that there truly is a skills gap that exists within our country, and we have to fill that gap. We also have another gap, and that is a gap with the number of individuals that are moving out of the workplace, retiring, that we have to backfill. And the reason that we need to accelerate this training program, getting kids in the skills where the jobs exist, is the kind of Georgia that we want to build. Manufacturing in particular we're seeing a huge renaissance within our state as a result. And we need more of those workers, skilled workers, highly skilled workers that are going to make, coming out of high school, $40,000 a year. This is a great vision and a great opportunity. So as we continue down this path to build a tremendous workforce, that's going to make more and more companies around the world and around the country say Georgia's the place we want to be, because every company is dependent upon that skilled worker, and we want to be the very best in the country.
Sounds like education's driving the economy.
Education drives the economy, not the reverse, and I've said it 1,000 times.
Wow. Wow. Stephanie Julichka, from our reading anyway, you help us here, but this may be the first time that a program like this has been done at the high school level. We see programs like this mostly done after high school. Is that our correct reading of the data?
That is absolutely correct, Mark. In a cluster like this with 8 companies participating, the one here in Newnan, Georgia is the first one in the United States that has put this on. There's several clusters that are doing mechatronics, industry mechanics, but you have to be a high school graduate to be part of these programs.
Wow. Martin Plyer, how in the world could we do this? How could we pull it off in Coweta County?
Well, like usual, we are the first. We're the first with the Central Education Center, first college and career academy, and we will be the first to do that. Well, I think, tell this a couple times already, but the stars align here in Coweta County. It's because we have the CEC, we have a school system that works very closely with industry. We have a chamber that's very active with their members to drive that. We have West Georgia Technical College that is really supportive too and very involved in the community. That all helps, but it would not be possible without the help from legislative to get the laws right, and also from the technical college system of Georgia. Without their help, we would not be at that point. They helped us to integrate the German curriculum into a certificate level now that we can teach with West Georgia Technical College.
David Keller, you've talked about the gap that you see in schools. Programs are expensive. These programs to get people to higher levels of skill are very expensive. Why can we do it in Coweta?
Well, with the CEC, the work-based learning program that we have here, we're able to take high school students where the state is going to pick up all the educational costs. So you have students at age 15 starting their sophomore year who are going to be entering into associate degree college level coursework, all paid for through this program, through the dual enrollment system that the state of Georgia has created. So these students get to stay at home with mom and dad. They're not graduates that are trying to find a way to pay for college and room and board and so on. They're normal high school students that just happen to be college students at the same time. So you have basically a free program where it's simply put, these students have a great opportunity to find a career that will have a lifetime's worth of earnings for them without having to have a large personal outlay right off the beginning.
Governor, we're going to wrap up this segment and you get the last word. What's today mean for you and for the state of Georgia?
Well, I think obviously what it means is that you know, there's so much hope and opportunity out there for students, and there is an opportunity to earn a tremendous salary, to have a skill that is portable anywhere in the country. And I think the other thing that's remarkable is that no one else in the country is doing this, and we are first. And it wasn't easy to be first, but we are. And so we're plowing new field, and it's going to be exciting to see what's going to be produced as a result. And when we talk about Germany and we talk about 1 million+ kids that are in an apprenticeship program, and we're only talking about 11 slots right now, but the ability to move that tremendously in this state, to see 100 and 200 and 300 kids on these paths, and to see how that's going to transform our state's economy really, really is exciting.
What a great way to wrap up this segment. The Honorable CaseyCagle, Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Stephanie Jalichka, Vice President, German American Chamber of Commerce of the Southern United States, Martin Plyer, COO of Grenzebach and Chair of the CEC Board of Directors, David Keller, President of EGO North America. You stay tuned. The Link will be right back.
So yesterday I was in the park and I just happened to run into this guy named Mike who served in Iraq. I served in Vietnam as a Marine. He was Army. Then he asked,
so I've been feeling down, having a hard time. Now, does it get any better?
It will get better. Paralyzed Veterans of America will help you. They helped me get my health care and VA benefits and rebuild my life. And now I have the confidence to work, go out, and follow my real dream. This is for all you ladies out there. Feelings, nothing more than feelings. Whoa, 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 feelings.
Only in America.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You should stick to job training.
You've been a great audience. Thank you so much.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, changing lives, building futures. To learn more, visit pva.org.
Now it's time for our community calendar with Ruby.
I'm Ruby Gould, and I have your community calendar for the week. Serenbe Farms hosts a wine tasting on Sunday, May 29th from 3:30 to 5 o'clock p.m. at the General Store at Serenbe. Visit serenbe.com for more information. Please join the City of Sonoya on Monday, May 30th at the 11th Annual Memorial Day Remembrance and Street Festival in downtown Sonoya. The event starts at 10 o'clock a.m. with entertainment and wonderful patriotic program at 12 o'clock p.m. The parade starts at 2. Enjoy the food court, children's activities, and street vendors all day. That was your community calendar for the week. Thanks for watching.
Check out our pet of the week, a cat named Lucinda.
Hey guys, Jeanette and Claudia with the Noonan Coweta Humane Society down here at Coweta County Animal Control, showcasing this gorgeous girl, Lucinda, as our pet of the week. As you can see, she is a black and white kitty cat. She's about 3 years old, and she is hanging out in C1. That is her cat condo number here. She was picked up as a stray from Peyton Drive, no collar, no ID, and she needs a new forever home. And I tell you what, folks, if you're lonely and you want somebody to talk to you all day, this girl is a little chatterbox. I tell you what, you put her on the floor and she will just tell you all about it. She's not as talkative when she's in your lap, but when she's walking around and strutting around, she has a lot to say, and it is really, really adorable. So guys, we hope somebody out there will fall in love with this girl and come on down and adopt her. Come get Lucinda. Back to you guys in the studio.
Welcome back to The Link. Well, this is a really great program, amazing interview with Lieutenant Governor CaseyCagle, and really impressed that this is going to be the first one in the nation, and we get to have it in our school system. It's a great thing.
Gina, you know, we live in a creative community. We live in a community where people have learned to work together across all kinds of lines to make stuff happen. And I don't think it could happen anywhere else but Coweta County, to be honest.
I always say I'm always impressed and amazed at what a great community we live in, and this is just another example of that. Speaking of a great community, we have Memorial Day coming up, and there's going to be a ceremony over at the Veterans Park over by McCoon, and then
big festivities in Sonoy.
Oh yeah, always on Memorial Day. I heard there are going to be some food trucks and a parade, and sounds like a great place to be.
Yeah, you bet.
If you can't be at the beach, you should go to Sonoy.
You should absolutely go to Sonoy. Chattahoochee Bend's going to have some things going on around Memorial Day.
Yes, and I heard even a duck race.
A duck race.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to take your ducks to the race?
I'll have to train them first. Yeah.
So maybe next year you can take your ducks to the race. And then what else have we got? Graduation.
Graduation.
We can't forget graduation.
It's the last week of school. Got a lot of seniors who've worked hard, and they're graduating, and they're going on to the next step, and we wish them well.
Yes, congratulations to all our graduates.
We've got seniors here today working on this program who'll be graduating, and we will miss them, and we know that they're going to be successful. They've worked hard in high school.
Yeah, it's a big accomplishment for our young people, and it's a stepping stone for the next phase of their life, which is really going to set them on a course. So it's an exciting time and a time to just give them the accolades they deserve for the hard work to get to where they're going. I think about the communities and schools, and the students from that have benefited from that program that is a major accomplishment, because they were kind of on the fence, and that organization has helped get them across the finish line, and that's something to celebrate.
That is really something to celebrate. That graduation rate keeps going up higher and higher. And Gina, I think we always have to remember that in the Coweta County school system, the bar is higher. The state requires 23 credits to graduate. Coweta County school system requires 28.
Okay.
So the students here to achieve graduation work harder and longer, and we think it makes a difference for them for the rest of their lives. They've had more opportunities here.
Well, it's great to be a resident of Coweta County for sure.
You bet.
Absolutely. Well, I suppose it's time to go.
I think it's time to go. Thank you for co-hosting this week, and
You're
you'll be
welcome.
back for another week.
Well, Lana will be back very soon, and we may have a baton passing ceremony.
There you go. We should.
The Queen of NewLink is coming back,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go back to the corporate office and take my rightful place.
Well, we appreciate your work here very much.
Absolutely. Anytime.
You have a great week, and join us next week on the